good evening, friends. Namaste, namaste, Velocity morning. It is so nice to have all of you back again for yet another information session with our Velocity Genetics. ऐसा लगता है ना, ये हमारा घर है. अगर एक webinar नहीं होगा, will we not miss it? At least I do. How many of us miss the webinars? हमारा इस हफ्ते में कल वेबिनार नहीं हुआ, तो मैं भी सोच रही थी ये क्या हो गया, आज वेबिनार क्यों नहीं हुआ. Yes, how many of us? Quickly raise your hands. अपना virtual hand raise करो, चलेगा. So we have now started missing a new learning every single day, and it always makes me so happy and excited to be here again, to invite people with me to be able to understand some more. कुछ आपके बारे में जाने, कुछ हमारे बारे में जाने, but the whole thing is to make a big, huge difference in the lives of people. हमारे साथ साथ अपने आसपास जो भी हो, उन सभी की लाइफ में हमें एक डिफरेंस, एक चेंज, कुछ बदलाव, कुछ हेल्थ वाइज मदद लानी है. यस, आई वुड वांट यू टू रेज योर हैंड्स अगेन. वर्चुअल हैंड्स. यस, कितने लोग ऐसा सोचते हैं और समझते हैं कि हम कुछ कर पाएंगे, और इसके लिए एक नींव, एक सीख, एक कहीं ना कहीं से शुरुआत ये वेलोसिटी जेनेटिक्स का पायदान हमें देता है. इज इट टू मच ऑफ हिंदी टुडे? Yes, friends. Well, I'm your Dr. Usha Nair, a certified nutrigenomic wellness consultant, done my CCNG right at the time when it started and is really helping me today. I'm also Vice President Corporate Alliance with Welocity Genetics, and मैंने ये अपने लिए ठान लिया है कि I will ensure जितने सारे corporates हो सकें, they will come to understand the benefits of our Velocity Genetics program, precisely जिस कारण से आज हम यहाँ आए हैं. We are here today to basically understand 210 जो हम phenotypes करते हैं, उसके आपके और मेरे जीवन में क्या महत्व है, what is the importance, how is it going to help, and how it will allow us to help others. So how many of us are excited? Let's give a waving of hands. You can welcome me like that. Yes. Not everybody on camera on. Very unfair. It is so bad to look at blank screens. सारे लोगों को चालू रखना चाहिए, because हमें सबको पता है we are all here to listen, to discuss, to understand. Yes. Very good. Great. So how I started believing in this technology is, of course, मेरा एक background है which is more than 2 decades in healthcare. So I have not just started my career with a science graduation and then done my post graduation in medical lab technology, but उसके अलावा I also got into mainstream healthcare and hospital administration, and that has really helped me कि मुझे हमेशा एक चीज चाहिए थी which will be able to be new technology जो जल्दी लोगों में एक बदलाव ला सके, एक मदद कर सके. And today I believe very strongly and firmly, especially because of my छोटे छोटे अनुभव. It is like we don't understand sometimes. जब हम किसी शादी में जाते हैं, जब हम किसी function में जाते हैं, we will see somebody eating so much. Okay, and that we may not understand. We also think, hey Bhagwan, how is this person able to eat so much? One plate full, then another plate full. But when genetics came into my life about 4.5 years back, through Velocity Genetics, I simply understood it was to do with a gene which is called as a satiety gene. Okay, so what is a satiety gene? Simply कि जब मैंने खाना खाया, my stomach has, when it is full, it has to send a signal, a trigger to my brain cells to make them understand my stomach is full, food is enough, now you stop eating. And then we stop eating. But if your satiety gene is lethargic, okay, वो बिल्कुल ही सुस्त है, उसे काम करने में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, again we will understand in common man language कि ये क्यों होता है, because उसमें कहीं कुछ म्यूटेशन हुआ है, कहीं कुछ केमिकल लोचा हुआ है, and उसकी वजह से our gene is not functioning the way it should function. And उसकी वजह से क्या प्रॉब्लम होगा? Yes, of course, we'll eat so much. And overeating can cause you what? It can cause you stomach problems. It can cause you gut health issues. It can cause you excessive sugar circulating in your blood, leading to diabetes. Of course, it can cause you obesity. Your overweight can cause you joint pains, leg swellings, what not. वो एक छोटी सी चीज कि पेट ने मेरे दिमाग को सिग्नल नहीं दिया is going to actually lead us into so many different complications. So precisely that is what we help people understand through Velocity Genetics. So of course, my healthcare career brought me into believing this much faster, I will say, and trying to make you understand it much better, simpler way. But iski neev again, I have two very wonderful people. I never come alone. I always love to have people along. Two again wonderful people who are going to be joining me here today, who are present on the panel today, who will again help you understand in very simple language कि velocity genetics ऐसा क्या करता है, कैसे करता है और क्यों करता है. So the first and foremost person I would like to invite is another very good friend, and I will say we thoroughly enjoy doing these webinars together. Okay, he is actually not a science graduate like me. I will not say he's not from healthcare, because of course he is into a lot of alternate therapies. He also did this technology ka understanding, okay, right from UK before Velocity Genetics came into India. So nothing surprising. People who were wanting such a solution, who knew about it, they were looking for it. And yes, of course, everything is available abroad till it comes to India. Thanks to our CMD who brought it to India with a very wide vision 5 years ago. And yes, this person is a lot into psychological well-being. But after all, everything I believe begins from what you eat, what you put in your mouth, what will make your body, what will make your brain cells, and then the psychology behind it comes. Okay, no offense, but please help me welcome the Vice President for North Zone and a certified nutrigenomic wellness consultant, Rohit Shah, all the way from Delhi. Hi, Rohit. Yes,
hello everyone. Good evening.
Let's wave and show our excitement. Hi, Rohit. We are so happy to have you here today.
Thank you so much, Dr. Usha, for inviting me on this panel. And good evening, everyone who are basically present in this program today. And we are very excited to share about how we are helping people to understand their health at a genetic level or a DNA blueprint, how it really helped them to do the predictive healthcare analysis also.
Great, Rohit. We'll discuss a little further. But before we start, as always, friends, you are all kept on mute. Yes, please be interactive by showing your sign symbols. Okay, raising your hand, anything you have. So we know you're present, listening to us, excited to learn new things. And any kind of questions, you can always put it in the chat, or you can always get back to any one of us after the webinar is over. We will be more than happy to help you, assist you. So friends, let's begin today. And another very integral part of Velocity Genetics, the person who had the foresight to actually get this started in India for us 5 years ago. We are so happy. We are going to be entering the 6th year very soon in the next couple of months. Very multifaceted personality, as is always told about him. Again, I will say, I don't know if he's from a science graduation background, but definitely he's been from journalism. He's been, I will call as a well-read personality, and he got into wellness. He got into wellness companies. He managed those wellness companies, and he also got to run those companies, know more about wellness products. I will say across a very good career of again more than 2 to 3 decades. He's been there. He's been a strong believer, and the day genetics made a change in his life by simply helping him improve and understand his health condition, कि उन्हें क्या health challenge था, वो pillar to post भाग रहे थे to get a simple solution for a very very simple problem which he had created for himself. I'm sure he'll share a story again. A lot of us have heard it before, but especially for the new people, like I said about khana, and I hope you understood कि वो कैसे होता है. He will also tell you खाने के अलावा हमारी लाइफ में और कुछ चीजें होती है. एक होता है पानी, एक होता है एक्सरसाइज, एक होती है स्लीप. So in our discussion today, you're going to hear examples कि ये genetics हमारी life में इन सभी चीजों में कैसे बदलाव लाके it helps us understand ourselves and our health better. And also हमने जब ये चालू किया 5 साल पहले, so please help me welcome the CMD of Velocity Genetics, Mr. Stan Sirao. Sir, I would like to ask you a question to begin with. ये सारा जेनेटिक्स और न्यूट्रीजेनोमिक्स की शुरुआत कहाँ से हुई? So welcome, Stan sir.
Thank you, Dr. Usha. It's really wonderful to see your energy. And we are just right at the beginning of the February month. So let this month be a fabulous one. So I really wish you a fabulous evening, a fabulous week ahead, and fabulous month of February 2022. Well, you know, your answer, your question is quite interesting. Where did I start Velocity Genetics from? I want to show you a video first. You'll be probably finding it a little funny that that video really answer your question. But then I want to really show you the office from where we started. We just shot this video a while ago and then put it on YouTube. Just go through this. Well, it might sound a little funny for me to answer like that, but what I want to really let you know is that well, I'm sitting in the same office in my cabin, and many of you, जो office में already visit किए हुए हैं, I'm sure you must have remembered the good old days that we had spent together in the office. And अगर आपने किसी ने नहीं visit किया है, so that was a small virtual tour. So मुझे ये बताना है, we have a small office but a very big vision. And it's the vision that takes people to where they really are. So Velocity Genetics के last 5 साल के journey में, there are a lot of people who have supported us. We have our the medical advisory board. So they actually have guided us in terms of putting this technology at the right perspective. We have our own nutrigenomic counselors and nutritionists who have counseled thousands of people across India and also around 20 countries where not just Indians, but also global citizens. So they also have contributed immensely. We have our own genomic wellness consultants from the last 5 years. They have been actually attending to every scientific symposium that we are doing, workshops that we are doing, and we have emphasized a lot on creating the awareness. तो ये सभी जो करने के जो एक प्रयास जो हम लोगों ने किया था, उसमें कोई एक व्यक्ति का नहीं, बहुत सारे लोगों का योगदान है. I'd like to really acknowledge, and we are now entering into a different space altogether. And well, going by what's really happening around in the last 2 weeks, I'm really excited. There's a long journey that we will be going together and achieving the ultimate destination. So to just put in terms of put into perspective the journey, we started from this office, and जब भी हम लोग starting में genetics के बारे में बात करने लगे, and then of course we are selling products also through direct selling, direct to customers approach. People were a little confused. Some of the people saying that यार क्या पंगा ले रहे हो, because you are talking about genetics which is not really known by people. You're talking about predictive healthcare. इंडिया में प्रेडिक्टिव तो छोड़ दो कि प्रिवेंटिव के लिए भी देयर इज सो मच ऑफ अ लेथार्जी. पीपल आर ओनली बिलीविंग इन कि भाई पहले बीमारी आ जाने दो, बाद में देखा जाएगा. वी आर वेरी गुड एट दैट. सो एंड जस्ट टॉक अबाउट, अभी मैं अगर आपको एक सवाल पूछूं कि मेरा हेल्थ कंडीशन में ये इशू है, आई एम श्योर इवन बिफोर यू आस्क मी एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस, आप मुझे बहुत सारे सजेशंस दे दोगे, बहुत सारे होम रेमेडीज दे दोगे, बहुत सारे मतलब ऐसे कुछ alternatives दे दोगे. Now that's exactly how we are managing healthcare in India, and of course our public healthcare system is not so really good. So it was a very bold step हम लोगों ने जो किया, and we started with genetics. For the first 6 months, a lot of people came, and we did a lot of seminars, webinars. हमारी brand ambassador Pooja Vedi also was there with us, so that also was an attraction for people to come and listen to her, meet her, take an autograph and click pictures with her. But इसमें bottom line ये हुआ that people really understood that what we have to offer is something unique, very, very powerful, scientifically proven, and it is needed. कई बार हमको ऐसा लगता है कि this is one of the luxuries. Now, having a good health is no more a luxury, it's a necessity. Pandemic has come here for a reason. So we started with as low as 33 phenotypes. 33 phenotypes is like 33 different genetic tests. And then with a little bit experience, थोड़ा कुछ interaction करने के बाद में, then we changed them and we enhanced them to 39, 38. Then of course we progressed to 65, 68, and then 105. And then today we have 210 different genetic tests. We call it phenotypes. Now the phenotypes is depending on your genotype. Now इस test में दो खासियत है, जो genetics में दो खासियत है. One is personalization. यहाँ पर आपके genes को check किया जाता है. Your saliva sample is processed, and in the lab when the sample is processed, they wouldn't know कि ये sample Johnny Lever का है या श्री रविशंकर जी का है या हमारी जो ex president प्रतिभाताई पाटिल का है या रोहित शाह का है or anybody else amongst you. उनको नहीं पता है because it is only done with a barcode number. That's the only identification. So they do a wonderful job and then tell you कि genetics level में आपको existing ailments अगर हैं तो उसका root cause क्या हो सकता है. So we are looking at genetic insights, and then we are also looking at what are the possible health challenges that you might have because of your genetic makeup. So these are two things that are very, very important. So एक है personalization, because it's exactly about you, not about generic treatment or generic approach. And second, it's about the prediction and it's about the future. I think both is a wonderful lethal combination, and that's how we have started. So we have grown so big in the last 5 years, and we right now have a pan-India presence. I'm sure there are people from across India, though we are small in numbers, because I'm sure this is not a musical show, or this is not an entertainment, or this is not a Kapil Sharma show. This is hardcore scientific information, and every literally every week whenever do we webinars, we have dedicated people who come and listen to us and influence people. So that's an awesome achievement for us to do. We have a long way to go, and I'm sure all of us are excited, as I am excited as well.
Thank you so much, Stan sir. Wonderful journey, of course, and we are so grateful. I might not have been there for the initial 6 months, but yes, I know I have been there ever since, because just the belief has enhanced, has increased day by day as we have grown with the organization, as we have tried to help more and more people in our lives. To give you yet another testimonial, young adult, okay, I of course 30 plus, but early 30s, and he was my subordinate at my workplace earlier, just before Velocity. And my biggest challenge would be to get him to work at 9:30 in the morning every single day. He's available till very late night. Of course, he had a good company at his area where he used to stay. So every night he used to party. They were used to drinks, and they were used to smoking, and they were used to having a fantastic lifestyle, as we can call it in the words of teenagers or young adults. But that would definitely affect my productivity of my organization at my workplace. When I got his genetic test done, we realized that he was gluten intolerant and very, very high risk to addictions. So the drinking and the smoking wasn't really a surprise for me. But what we decided by going the genetic way is simply by trying to help him cut down on his gluten every day. A Maharashtrian hardcore used to eating wheat chapatis every single day for his lunch and his tiffin, and it was very difficult for me to keep him away from gluten. But 4 days of keeping him away from his mainstream lunch and replacing it with simple rice and dal, which he used to love to eat, I was able to then, over a period of next 10 days, actually help him cut down automatically on his drinking. Because there was an episode in Holi that he got, he lost it in just one peg of bhang, and then he himself vouched to change his lifestyle, to inform his family that he would like to cut down on gluten, and that really helped him reverse his entire lifestyle. Today he is aspiring to be an IPS, and that is one of the biggest things. I feel I'm very blessed. I had the opportunity to help somebody who wasn't in his career still, who got focused, who got concentration, who came over his addictions of maybe over 10 years, and he changed his lifestyle to a much better lifestyle. He is yet to be married and have a family. So, helping somebody so much early in life at the right time, I really feel Velocity Genetics has a very, very long way to go. So, yes, again, if I can ask Rohit, Stanser just mentioned about 210 phenotypes.
Right.
What is all this? How many genes, and where does this gene profiling begin? What is the research? Can you just give us a little detail ताकि हम सबको सब कुछ समझ में आए?
Yeah, so this program has been started in 1990 by America or the developed countries. So the whole genome project has been started and it lasts around 2003. So it is a 13 years of research and R&D by lots of people who are from the medical and from the other expertise also, like IT people also involved, or other modalities who are healer and energy balancing people also. So they have done the research, and the foremost important thing is to identify the base pair. So how many base pair we are having in our whole genome, that is something which is the quest at that time. And later the functioning, what is the reason and what how this base pair can impact our health, that is something which is very important when this project has been developed. And at that time Bill Gates has told to people that this is the whole genome or human machine is basically a bigger than any software or any machine which they have developed. But this is something which is really help in a predictive and preventive healthcare. At that point of time when I got to know in 2005, I was very fascinated about this technology, because anybody can predict their health. So at that time the gene which is basically express, due to which the lifestyle diseases happen. And as per the WHO, more than 50% of burden on healthcare is because of the lifestyle. And the gene, now we are having more than 25,000 genes which we have identified and are responsible for lifestyle problem. But in everyone, we all are unique. We have a different set of genetic makeup. And as Stan sir shared, we are handling or sharing 210 phenotype and the genotype, which are basically responsible from head to toe in our comprehensive lifestyle genetic program. So this is something which is very important. And our body is made of a trillion of cells, and every cell has data, and every cell contain more than 3 GB of data. And that data is very, very important, and which we are, when we do the genome or the gene sequencing, then we get this information inside by our bioinformatician, and we share with people with the help of nutrigenomic counselor. So a general person can understand and read our body or himself and discover himself, and have a manual, or he can read like a book, what is his basically DNA is talking about. So
Well, friends, in simple things that we can remember and keep on mind is आज इतने सालों से जो हेल्थ केयर में, मेडिसिन में, जेनेटिक्स में रिसर्च हो रहा है, आज हम डीएनए आरएनए कॉमनली जानते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ कोरोना. एंड वी आर सो ब्लेस्ड दैट वी आर हियर एट द राइट प्लेस एट द राइट टाइम. अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड ग्लोबली 20 से 25,000 जीन्स ही आइडेंटिफाई हुए हैं, और उसमें से वेलोसिटी जेनेटिक्स ने ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम 33 to 200 जेनेटिक टेस्ट इसलिए ऐड किए बिकॉज हमारा एक टोटल होलिस्टिक शरीर होता है. हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि हमारा ब्रेन सेपरेट फंक्शन करेगा, हमारी आंखें सेपरेट फंक्शन करेंगी, हमारा पेट सेपरेट फंक्शन करेगा, हमारा हार्ट सेपरेट फंक्शन करेगा. तो बेयर मिनिमम हमें जो चाहिए, हमारे पूरे शरीर को एक होलिस्टिक अप्रोच, एक टोटल कंप्लीट अप्रोच देने के लिए, दैट इज प्रिसाइसली व्हाट द लाइफटाइम जेनेटिक्स प्रोग्राम ऑफ वेलोसिटी जेनेटिक्स हेल्प्स अस डू. It takes everything into consideration together, and today this 210 phenotypes is sufficient, more than enough for us to understand almost 300 से 350 common ailments, right from allergies to cancers. And that is by simple modification of our diet, lifestyle, sleep, water. I mean, we combine not just our genetics, but we also combine the other factor, which is called as epigenetics. Epigenetics is हमारा वातावरण, हमारा बिहेवियर, हमारा लाइफस्टाइल, हमारा एनवायरनमेंट, हमारी नींद, हम कितना पानी पीते हैं, कितना एक्सरसाइज करते हैं, ये सभी चीजों का हमारे पूरे शरीर पे हेल्दी रहने के लिए बहुत बड़ा रोल होता है. And basically, again, if you see these 210 phenotypes, we have divided into broad 18 profiles. Are you all still with me? Understanding, enjoying the webinar? Hands? Yes? Great. So we will get a little into the details of this phenotypes. We will have a small presentation, but basically before that, why genetics is essential. This is my favorite topic. Me being from mainstream healthcare administration, I always helped people get their preventive health checkups done, get their blood tests done, or their fitness profiles done. तब ये disruptive technology मेरे ध्यान में नहीं था. Not that it didn't exist in the world. Like Rohit said, he got to know about this in 2015. For me, I would say, Stan sir, you were so late. You got to tell us about this only in 2017. But nonetheless, better late than never. आज हम ये जानते हैं कि by doing a blood test or a preventive health checkup, we understand कि उस वक्त पे जब मैंने वो preventive health checkup किया, जब मैंने अपना stress test लिया या ECG लिया या blood दिया, उस वक्त पे जो रिपोर्ट है वो नॉर्मल था. और हम प्रिवेंटिव हेल्थ चेकअप करने के बाद ये बिल्कुल इट्स आल्सो यूज्ड फॉर इंश्योरेंस टू प्रेडिक्ट दैट यू विल नॉट फॉल सिक. But we get so relaxed ki okay, I am healthy today, my report is fine today, that means I am healthy for the next 1 year. और हमने ऐसा कितनी बार सुना है, somebody 42-year-old traveling by train, when he had to get down at his destination from VT to Thane, everybody got off the train and we realized this person didn't even move, didn't even bulge, and when somebody went and touched him, we realized he had a heart attack in a crowded train sitting in between people, and people didn't even realize what happened to him. Just 40-year-old, small kids at home, wife not working. Have we heard about such cases? Somebody never heard about cancer ever, is affected by first stage of cancer, and then after treatment jumped into third stage of cancer. Why does this happen? Aaj hamara healthcare system is so equipped to really take care of challenges after we fall sick. So इसीलिए when I gave the example of first stage jumping into third stage, everything was done for treating that person. But अंडरस्टैंड, जेनेटिक्स हमको ये बताता है कि इस बीमारियों का रूट कॉज क्या है, इस बीमारियों का हमारे शरीर में ट्रिगर क्या है. सो बिकॉज द ट्रिगर ऑफ दैट कैंसर वॉज नॉट रिमूव्ड, बिकॉज ये चीजें हमारे मेन स्ट्रीम हेल्थ केयर में नहीं होती है. इफ यू डोंट रिमूव द ट्रिगर, वो बीमारी का आप इलाज करो, वो बीमारी ऐसे दिखेगी कि उसका इलाज मेडिकल रिपोर्ट्स में नॉर्मल हो गया, बट वो जो शरीर के अंदर बैठा हुआ है दैट विल कम अप अगेन, बिकॉज हम वो ट्रिगर को नहीं निकाल पाते. सो ये जेनेटिक टेस्ट हमें ये बताता है कि रूट कॉज ट्रिगर कहाँ पे है, किस चीज को हमें बंद करना है या किस चीज को हमारी लाइफ में इंक्लूड करना है, किस चीज को हमारे लाइफ में मॉडरेशन में लेना है. जैसा आई स्पोक अबाउट द ग्लूटेन इंटॉलरेंस, अगर किसी को ग्लूटेन इंटॉलरेंस है उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप लाइफ टाइम तक गेहूं और उसके अलाइड प्रोडक्ट्स बंद करो, बेकरी प्रोडक्ट्स बंद करो. ऑफ कोर्स आप ले सकते हैं, बट इन वेरी लिमिटेड क्वांटिटी. कितना लिमिटेड, दैट योर जेनेटिक टेस्ट विल टेल यू एंड द काउंसलर विल एक्सप्लेन टू यू. सिमिलरली देर आर सो मेनी अदर एग्जाम्पल्स. ये सारे टेस्ट अगर आप मेडिकल लैब में भी जाके करो तो वो होते हैं, बट दोज आर कॉल्ड एज प्रिस्क्रिप्शन टेस्ट. ये तभी होते हैं जब कोई डॉक्टर प्रिस्क्राइब करेगा किसी बीमारी के इलाज के लिए. अगेन आई गिव यू एन एग्जाम्पल. My friend's father at the age of 68, very healthy guy, was detected with lung cancer. उनको मेडिकली प्रिस्क्राइब्ड जीन 9 का टेस्ट दिया गया, अगेन अ जेनेटिक टेस्ट, ओनली वन जीन, ओके, एंड he was that was given to basically understand कि उनका जो ट्रीटमेंट दिया जाएगा वो उन पे इफेक्टिव होगा या नहीं होगा. ट्रस्ट मी फ्रेंड्स, इट कॉस्ट almost 3 times of our genetic tests that we provide at Velocity Genetics, and उसमें 21 दिन बाद के वेट में, फर्स्ट इज the doctors couldn't wait to stop his treatment, he was given the treatment, and 21 दिन में ट्रीटमेंट भी खत्म हुआ. 21 दिन में ये भी पता चला कि the treatment that is going to be done is going to fail, it is not going to help. So it is not about curing something, it is about understanding कि हमें रिस्क क्या है, कल क्या बीमारी हो सकती है, और आज जो हमारी बीमारी है उसमें चैलेंज क्या है. So friends, let us go on to our small presentation. I would request Stan sir if we could get to understand the phenotypes, the 18 profiles that we have.
Well, just before that, I want to show you a very important video. I want you to identify who the person in the video is. And my introduction to genetics happened through this person way back in 2019. So how many of you would like to recognize this person? So here is good. Just listen to what he's saying, and then I'll tell you what exactly that is. So how many of you recognize this person? Now you may be thinking that, okay, am I too big a person to get introduced to? Just listen to what he's saying.
Hello, I'm Donald Trump, and I want to welcome you to the Trump Network. The Trump Network is designed to lead millions of Americans to better health and financial independence. This opportunity is for everyone, even myself. To achieve this goal, we have developed a great plan, a really wonderful, phenomenal group of products, and a terrific support system. This journey is going to be a fantastic one, and you're going to have a lot of fun, in addition to hopefully making a lot of money.
Now, this is Donald Trump's address of his direct selling company way back in 2009,
Hello and welcome to Gravitas Plus. I'm Palki Sharma Upadhyay. The year is 2022 and India is celebrating 75 years of...
So this happened in 2009. And of course, I was actually a CEO of a company which was wanting to roll out consumer durable products and wellness products through direct selling so that we can reach out to consumers directly. And I happened to come across this company called the Trump Network. इसको लिख लीजिए and then YouTube में थोड़ा सा R&D कर लीजिए, search कर लीजिए. So the Trump Network was the first company which introduced genetics in USA way back in 2009. अब देखिए, the Human Genome Project ended only in 2003. So within 6 years, उन्होंने वो roll out कर दिया. That's a very advanced and a bold stage. But of course, his company became a super flop because he probably maybe a real estate tycoon and everything in 2009, but he wouldn't understand the dynamics of the direct selling company, of course. And वो company बंद भी हो गई. And he was not into politics. So 2014 में वो politics में enter कर लिए. And politics में enter करने के बाद में when the campaigning happens, आपको पता है अभी election इंडिया में है, तो कौन क्या क्या बोलते हैं, ये मतलब the great Indian तमाशा तो चलता ही रहता है, irrespective of your political leanings or party politics. People actually accuse below the belt, and there is absolutely, आपको कभी-कभी लगता है कि भाई, I mean, these are leaders. So same way also happened in USA, and उनको काफी negativity भी आ गई, saying that this company was a super flop, this that. ये सब हुआ. So that was my introduction. I was actually in touch with the company officials in USA through email. मेरे ख्याल से I think in the 3rd anniversary, I actually opened up my Gmail account and showed actually those email transactions as well. क्योंकि अभी एक advantage है कि आप Zoom में virtual meetings करने के time पे you can actually associate all these collaterals as well. So anyways, so that's how we got introduced, and of course we were thinking that's a terrific product to be introduced. क्योंकि अगर आपको आगे क्या-क्या बीमारियां आने वाली हैं इसके बारे में अगर पहले से ही पता चल जाता है, I'm sure you are a winner already because आपके पास बहुत time है, उसमें आप अपने lifestyle modifications कर सकते हैं. So what I'm going to right now do is that I'm going to share the screen and go through all the 18 different categories, and I'm sure Dr. Usha will also monitor this. So how do you really do your genetic testing? For those people who are attending a webinar for the first time, अगर आप पहली बार attend कर रहे हो, so you will actually get a saliva sample collection kit. तो ये kit में आपको अपना saliva 2 ml sample देना है, and इसको sample किस तरीके से देना है, ये हम लोग of course courier में आपको भेजेंगे all over India because you'll have to order online, and we have a lot of sales network right now with our business heads and our area managers across India. We are just in the process of enhancing that network as well very soon in the month of February or March में आप देखोगे this network will go stronger. So उनसे आप ये kit purchase कर सकते हैं या आपको ये courier में company directly भेज देगी. The moment you get this kit, you need to immediately ready for your saliva sample. ये sample को किस तरीके से देना है, इसके लिए we have done a video of 2 minutes in multiple Indian languages, including of course around all the major languages: Hindi, English, Marathi, Gujarati, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Odia, of course Gujarati, then Punjabi, Bengali. We are doing Assamese, and we also will be doing in some international languages. And then after 21 working days from the time the batch is processed, your saliva sample comes back and we send it to the lab, and you will get around 250 pages approximately pages के आपको एक report मिलेगा. Now this report, unlike एक X-ray report है या blood report है, this is not 2 page 3 page. यहाँ पे आपको जन्म कुंडली आपकी पूरी मिल जाएगी, पूरी जीनोम कुंडली मिल जाएगी, and you will be able to understand the complete physiology of your body and कि कहाँ what are the risk factors that you have from a health point of view. And इसको decode करने के लिए we have our genetic counselors. You've seen them in most of the webinars, and of course we are giving them a little break so that they concentrate so much on a lot of other works that we are having. So ये genetic counselors है, एक आम भाषा में आपको अपना genetic report को समझाते हैं अपने vernacular language में, मातृभाषा में, so that you understand that better. And then based on your dietary recall कि आप क्या खाना खाते हैं throughout, what are your food habits, are you a vegetarian, non-vegetarian, vegan, कि आपका खाने का timing क्या है, आप कब सोते हैं, so ऐसे बहुत सारे lifestyle जो patterns आपके हैं उसको recall करते हैं, एंड देन वो दोनों टैबुलेट करते हैं कि आपका जेनेटिक रिपोर्ट क्या कहता है, आपको क्या क्या अभी बीमारियां हैं, आपका मेडिकल कंडीशन क्या है, इसको दोनों को को रिलेट करके बहुत सारी साइंटिफिकली इसको एनालिसिस करके आपको एक जीन बेस्ड एक्शन प्लान देते हैं। जैसे शब्द एक्शन मीन्स आपको करना है, आपको काम करना है, एंड इसको जब आप फॉलो करोगे यू विल गेट अ लॉट ऑफ हेल्थ रिजल्ट्स एंड व्हिच यू हैव ऑलरेडी हर्ड। एंड ऑफ कोर्स आपको फॉर द नेक्स्ट 1 year you will get the help desk assistance. So in the entire program, इसके लिए हम लोग इसको program कहते हैं, it's not a course or it's not a project, it's an entire program, it's a wellness program based on your genetics. So for the next 12 months आपको ये assistance मिलता है कि you can get your queries answered and आपका progress को track कर सकते हैं, and of course all your genetic information is now electronically available with us, but वो gene banking भी हम लोग कर लेते हैं, with that your saliva sample is there. Now, coming back to Dr. Usha, as you rightly said, we have 18 different categories. So the first category is nutritional deficiency risk. So, Dr. Usha, you want to give a little introduction about this category?
Yeah, basically, I'll again give you another testimonial. Okay, it is not to do with genetics. It is before genetics came in. When I was little, I don't even remember. I used to go to school. My father was down with jaundice and typhoid both. And subsequently, when he was recovering, what happened is he lost his balance. He wasn't able to stand straight. He would like, sway, not able to keep his stance straight. And over a period of time, we met somebody, I can't say a good doctor, but I will say a little more knowledgeable, holistically practicing doctor. Of course, he was a mainstream, a very well-known doctor practicing MBBS, and he made him understand that you just simply have one banana in the morning, the normal green bananas that we get every time. And over a period of time, the imbalance that was caused by whatever deficiencies or medicines or whatever, that was understood as a potassium deficiency in the body, and that got fulfilled by eating that one banana for my father, and he was able to take back his stance or posture, because his career was a lecturer, a teaching profession, and he had to do his job standing most of the time. So that is how nutritional deficiencies can actually affect. All of us are aware कि vitamins होते हैं, minerals होते हैं, but इस चीज में genetics हमको एक बात बहुत clearly बताता है. एक चीज होता है कि हमारे शरीर को वो विटामिन या मिनरल बाहर से मिल रहा है या नहीं मिल रहा है in sufficient quantities. And on the other side, our body needs to convert that into a form जो आया है inside the body, which is easily absorbable or is utilized by the body in a different form for the body to function optimally. तो ये दो चीजें हमारे जेनेटिक प्रोग्राम में न्यूट्रिशनल डेफिशिएंसीज बताती है. एक, इनटेक बराबर है या नहीं. दूसरा, वेदर इट इज गेटिंग कन्वर्टेड टू द बॉडी, अब्सॉर्ब, बॉडी रिकॉग्नाइज करने वाली भाषा, सिंपल. एंड इफ बोथ ऑफ दिस हैपेंस, वी विल नॉट हैव न्यूट्रिशनल डेफिशिएंसीज. अगेन आई विल गिव यू अनदर एग्जांपल. आमतौर पे यहाँ पर लिखा है विटामिन डी है, विटामिन बी है, ये सब हम ब्लड टेस्ट में भी करते हैं. बट फ्रेंड्स, another testimonial, I used to always take multivitamins. Being a diabetic for so many years on prescription medicines, multivitamins are always prescribed to you. And multivitamins लेते हुए अगर आप जाके अपना विटामिन B12 का टेस्ट करोगे ब्लड में, it may show normal or it may always show excess. So मेरा और मेरी बेटी का हमेशा excess दिखाता था. So we used to wonder ये excess क्यों आता है. Then again we had somebody who was able to explain to us, आप multivitamins ले रहे हो इसीलिए ये विटामिन B12 आपका excess दिखाएगा. But the most shocking part is when my daughter's genetic report has come, we realized that we have a lifetime deficiency of vitamin B12. So इसका मतलब ये है, not that I need to take multivitamins all my life, but the solution जो हमको genetic report देगा is simply कि हमारे खाने में ऐसा हम क्या खा सकते हैं जिससे विटामिन B12 हर रोज मिलेगा एंड वो बॉडी में इजीली अब्सॉर्ब कैसे होगा. That is the importance or significance of nutritional deficiencies. Yes, we have 24 different phenotypes that we test. we can go on to the next.
Yeah, so this deficiencies आपको आप देखोगे, so there are two important things. One is vitamins and secondly is minerals. तो जैसे एज बढ़ जाती है, people only talk about like हाँ ये कमी है, वो कमी है, copper, zinc, sodium, all this. So these minerals is something that needs to be taken care at the right age. So we'll keep it very simple. We are not going in very scientifically about these phenotypes, but एक simple तरीके से कि क्या क्या availability है और क्या information आपको मिल जाता है इस report के अंदर, with which you can understand the value of this report, not the price. Many a times हम लोग price देखते हैं. It's not, you have a fire extinguisher which is not used for 2 years. You'll feel मेरा पैसा waste है. But just imagine after 2 years you just discard, and then the first week of the third year you have a fire in your office. You will feel the value of that. Okay, so आपके जो reports हैं आपको ये आपके पास रखना पड़ेगा. अगर आप प्रिंट आउट लेके रखेंगे अच्छा है, इसको रेफर कर लीजिए. जब भी आपको हेल्थ के प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं उसको रेफर कर लीजिएगा. You will actually get a lot of answers. So the second important category is food intolerances and allergies. अभी intolerances क्या है या एलर्जीज क्या है, इसका डिफरेंस हम लोगों ने कई बार समझा है. एलर्जी इज समथिंग दैट्स वेरी स्पॉन्टेनियस, इंस्टेंटली आपको पता चल जाता है. बट इनटॉलरेंसेस आर इन अ प्रोलॉन्ग्ड वे. उसका असर बहुत ज्यादा आपको दिखता है बहुत समय के बाद में. So you got to understand this because we probably might eat a lot of things because it's very tasty, and आज food processing unit has become like such a commercial segment of our life that कि वहां पर क्या क्या combinations मिलते हैं. You will see all kinds of permutation combinations, different visual treat आपको मिल जाती है. बहुत सारे preservatives डाल के the enhancement of the food taste is been done so cleverly that we fall into the trap of making some unhealthy addictions and habits. So here we can understand some of our staple food जो हम लोग दिन ब दिन रोज खाते हैं, either it's wheat or rice या मिल्क या कैफीन जो टी कॉफी में हम लोग यूज करते हैं और बहुत सारे. सो देयर आर मेजर इंटॉलरेंसेस आपको अगर है तो उसको सिस्टमैटिकली रिड्यूस करके उसका ऑल्टरनेटिव अगर देंगे, उस पर थोड़ा हैबिट्स में आपको मैनेज करना पड़ेगा. बट आई थिंक इट विल गिव यू वेरी वेरी लॉन्ग लास्टिंग रिजल्ट्स. सो दिस इज वन कैटेगरी विच टॉक्स अबाउट इंटॉलरेंसेस एंड एलर्जीज. दिस इज वेरी पॉपुलर टेंडेंसी ऑल्सो. कई सारे लोग ऐसे वेबिनार्स में आके विदाउट जेनेटिक टेस्टिंग करके भी उन्होंने बहुत अच्छे लाइफस्टाइल में चेंजेस किए हुए हैं. इट्स अ लिटिल अनसाइंटिफिक दो बिकॉज यू आर ओनली लुकिंग एट वन एस्पेक्ट ऑफ इट, क्योंकि ये समझ में आ जाता है कि लोग खाने वाली चीज है. बट देन देयर आर सो मेनी अदर इंटरनल थिंग्स and so many other things that you need to be taking care. So Rohit, you want to just quickly say a word about the intolerances?
इसको मैं सिंपल भाषा में बात करूं तो लोगों को कारण नहीं दिखते, परिणाम दिखते हैं. अगर हम बात करें एलर्जी और इंटॉलरेंस की, तो एलर्जी जो होती है वो परिणाम है. कोई भी चीज अगर हम खा रहे हैं उसका एकदम ही हमें रिएक्शन दिखता है तो वो एक एलर्जी है. बट उसका कारण क्या है, वो हमारी फूड इंटॉलरेंस भी हो सकती है. और जिस तरह से स्टैन सर ने बताया कि जो भी हमारी फूड हैबिट है और वो बहुत समय से है, उसके लिए मैं अपना ही एग्जांपल देना चाहूंगा. क्योंकि आई एम ए नॉर्थ इंडियन पंजाबी फैमिली से बिलोंग करता हूँ, तो दिन में करीबन 12 से 14 रोटियां खाने की मेरी आदत थी और वो भी काफी बड़ी बड़ी. लेकिन उससे क्या रहता था कि मेरा वेट जो है वो काफी बढ़ गया था. और 2013 में व्हेन माय मदर पास्ड अवे बिकॉज ऑफ द डायबिटीज, तो मेरे लिए बहुत ही बड़ा धक्का था कि भाई हमारी लाइफ में ऐसा क्या है जो कि हम आने वाले टाइम में प्रिडिक्ट कर सके. एंड दैट इज वन जो सबसे बड़ा रीजन था, वो है ग्लूटेन. हमारी डाइट में बहुत ज्यादा था. और अगर मैं भी जैसे डायबिटिक हो सकता था, बट 2016 में मुझे डायबिटीज भी थी और साथ में मेरी किडनी में भी काफी बड़ा इन्फेक्शन हो गया था, जिसकी वजह से मेरे को यूरिन की भी प्रॉब्लम हो गई थी. एंड एट दैट टाइम मुझे प्रिडिक्टिव हेल्थ केयर की जरूरत थी. तो इंटॉलरेंस जो है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, विच आई कम टू नो. और आज मैं दिन में 2 से ज्यादा रोटी नहीं खाता और आज मेरा वेट भी ठीक है और मेरे को कोई भी ऐसी हेल्थ चैलेंज नहीं है. तो यानी कि जो परिणाम जो दिखते हैं उसके पीछे के जो कारण है वो फूड इंटॉलरेंस है, और जो परिणाम दिखते हैं वो एलर्जी है. और यही हमारी फूड की छोटे छोटे जो हमारी हैबिट्स है, अगर हम उसको न्यूट्रिजोनॉमिक्स लेवल पे स्टडी कर लेते हैं, अंडरस्टैंड कर लेते हैं, तो हम बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम से बच सकते हैं.
रोहित, रोटी ही खाते हो कि सब्जी भी खाते हो उसके साथ?
हम सब्जी ज्यादा खाते हैं.
Okay, good. All right. So next is dermatology. Dermatology जो हमारी स्किन है शरीर का सबसे बड़ा organ है. And today people especially who are into show business or people who would like to really look good, because when you look good and when your hair, skin and everything is presentable, you feel a lot more confident, and you become more ambitious, and you can perform your duties, your task much better. So here there are a lot of skin related बहुत सारी बीमारियां हैं. इसमें acne हो, sunburns कई सारे लोगों को बहुत जल्दी आ जाते हैं, sun spots आ जाते हैं, कई लोग बहुत ज्यादा टैनिंग बहुत जल्दी हो जाता है, धूप में गए तो उनका चेहरा पूरा बदल जाता है, एंड दे बिकम वेरी अनरिकग्नाइजेबल. सोराइसिस एक ऐसी डिसीज है. सो सोराइसिस को मैनेज करने के लिए क्या न्यूट्रिशन की आपको जरूरत है, एंड यूवी रेडिएशन आपके लिए अच्छा है नहीं है, कि कितना आपको जरूरत है. एक्जिमा भी एक बहुत इरिटेटिंग काइंड ऑफ डिसीज है. विटिलिगो अगेन विटामिन डी ना मिलने से बहुत ज्यादा लोगों को अभी उसका असर पड़ रहा है, and it might also get into a lot more other complications like leukoderma etc. So vitiligo में gluten का क्या रोल है, and so ऐसी बहुत सारी बीमारियां के बारे में हम लोग डर्मेटोलॉजी में बात कर सकते हैं. वेट मैनेजमेंट के बारे में definitely I would like to play a small video before I really get into weight management. I have one testimony that has come to us just yesterday. Was of course ऐसे आते रहते हैं, but then I just want to show one small one video which actually talks about the weight management phenotype. So give me 5 seconds. Okay, there you are. So this is one of the testimonies that we have from a young person, young customer that we have.
Associated with Welocity and my dietitian Reena since October 21, and my journey, my weight loss journey has been a wonderful experience because Reena has been a very great support for me in my weight loss, because she's been given me fabulous diets where I feel more energized, more light from within, and more importantly, she's put me on a diet which consists of all my favorite things. So I don't feel that I am dieting at all. One more thing I would like to mention here is that she is very approachable, and I really appreciate her giving me prompt responses. And whenever I drop her a WhatsApp message, she's very much instant in her communications, and that's something I would love appreciating in her. Thank you, Reena. Thank you for giving me this new lifestyle. Thank you for sharing me the meditation. Thank you for sharing with me the exercise that I should be doing. And more importantly, thank you for introducing me to this wonderful diet. I just love the new lifestyle, and all the credit goes to you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so that's one of our counselors, and of course, अपने जितने भी counselors हैं, they're all equally competent, well educated, बहुत सारा experience उनको है, and they all give you the same service. Now, very important in the testimony is that you feel that the impact is very good, not because the diet has been great. It's because कि genetic inputs, genetic insights with all the intolerances and lifestyle को mix करेंगे. Well, of course, you got a very, very scientific, kind of a testimony. So that's where weight management becomes very effective. And this is one very, very visible results that you can get. आपकी immunity बढ़ गई है, आपके पास कोई ऐसा मीटर नहीं है. आप ओमिक्रॉन से कितने जल्दी ठीक हुए हैं, उसको देख के आपको लगता है कि हाँ इम्यूनिटी बढ़ गई है, वैक्सीनेशन भी लिया हुआ है. बट वेट मैनेजमेंट इज समथिंग दैट यू कैन सी. तो ओबेसिटी रिस्क कितने लोगों को है? कई सारे लोग हैं अभी बहुत दुबले पतले हैं, लेकिन उनको भी ओबेसिटी रिस्क आ सकती है. एंड हम लोगों ने कई बार शशि कपूर के बारे में बात किया है कि जब भी एक्टिंग डेज में टाइम में अगर कोई उनको बताते हैं कि भाई आप मोटे होने वाले हो, मोटापा आने वाला है, ओबेसिटी आने वाला है, वो चाटा मार सकते थे. But then, of course, you become overweight, unrecognizable. That's because the Kapoor Khandan has a genetic trait. And I'm sure all the other actors that you will see in the whole 3-4 generations, you will see the same effect, unless and until they follow a very good lifestyle, eat moderately, and do based on what their genes say. So, कितने लोगों को weight management में आपका genetic report ने help किया? I just want you to just say me.
His virtual hands also will do.
Yeah, so you can just acknowledge how many of you really got very good results, very good insights, and then you got that confidence saying that हाँ अब मुझे technology पता चल गई है कि भाई हाँ इससे मैं मेरा weight को कर सकता हूँ. Okay. So yeah, so all those testimonies that you can see. So there are many things that you need to understand as far as weight management is concerned. Quite popular, but gene-based weight management is very, very effective. So
I
then
like
comes
to
the
include one small thing. Sorry to interrupt, Stan sir.
yes,
Friends,
yes.
if you see the phenotypes as we are going page by page, there was a correlation between vitamins and your skin, between gluten and your other phenotypes. So if you understand, that is where we said हम उसको different profiles में करते हैं, but everything somewhere or the other is correlated ताकि वो आपका holistically इलाज कर सके, आपको टोटल फिटनेस दिखा सके. Yes, sir.
So the next category, of course, is diabetes management. We've been very infamously called the diabetic capital of the world, and it's really troubling a lot of people. Unregulated, uncontrolled diabetes can lead to a lot of other complications. Diabetic foot is one of the things, and so many other related diseases. So this is something. अगर आपको इसके बारे में पहले से पता हो, so you can take precautions. It requires determination, commitment, and dedication. You can't saying that ki jo hoga dekha jayega. And if you do it, well, even the genetic report will not be much of help to you, but you'll only remember and regret saying that yes, mujhe alert kiya gaya tha, but then I probably did not take much of action. So please take action. Aapka jo action plan hai, usko refer kar lijiye. Treat it as a very important document in your life. Next is thyroid health, and of course now aap dekh sakte hain ki thyroid is becoming one of the major lifestyle disease. Also is because of the consumption of wrong dietary habits. So Dr. Usha, how is it that thyroid is really growing so fast?
Well, majorly, I will say here, of course, we include that as one of the parameter. It has to do a lot with our sleep patterns. Also, those who have a tendency or hereditary predisposition to diabetes or who are suffering from diabetes are seen to be getting into hypo or hyperthyroidism. So it of course affects you in your weight as well. It takes a big impact on your metabolism of a lot of other processes in the body. So thyroid health is also become, like obesity, like cardiac problems, a very, very important factor which you need to pay attention to. This wasn't so. Yes, it's to do a lot with your lifestyle and your food intake.
Great. So cardiac health के बारे में next category के अगर बात करेंगे, we have around 13 tests. अब cardiac health के बारे में एक चीज simple सी जान लीजिए कि everything is not heart attack, everything is not a cardiac arrest. There are different cardiovascular diseases, nearly around 35-40 different diseases. They're all at different stage. Some diseases can be life threatening, some of them need not necessarily be there. People have this artery blockages, but there are now methods कि आप bypass ना करते हुए भी you can actually have those clean arteries. It all depends on our lifestyle. And if you see, every time there is a celebrity or an important person has this issue of cardiac arrest, every cardiologist or every lifestyle coach will actually tell you saying that कि आपके lifestyle के ऊपर ध्यान दीजिए. There is no medicine, there is no surgery that actually can save you from your the chances of you having this. Of course, you can have a lot of surgeries and prolong your life, but if there's one thing that can naturally do it is your lifestyle. Rohit,
Yes,
we have a lot of people at a young age losing losing their life. And earlier cardiac arrest 70s 80s में लोगों को आ जाता था, तो people used to feel चलो ठीक है, they have lived their life. But now it has come down to 50s 60s, even 30s and 40s. So
absolutely.
what's really happening? Why is the cardiac patients in India? And then again, Indian dietary habits के हिसाब से the chances of you getting cardiac arrest are much higher compared to the global population. So how is it happening?
Yeah, the number one reason which you have shared about the dietary habit and the stress level. Nowadays people are suffering from undue stress, and that is something which really increase this problem in our country. And when I connected with lots of people, counseling them, and It start with the small lipid profile test से ही पता चल जाता है कि उनको लाइफ में कितना स्ट्रेस है, and that is why their eating habit, their drinking, smoking, ये सारी चीजें जो है वो कार्डियक हेल्थ को बढ़ावा देती हैं। और जो कह सकते हैं कि जो डाइट लेने का जो पोषण का जो कमी है वो उनको आइडिया भी नहीं होता, एंड दैट इज द रीजन जो हमें लाइफस्टाइल चेंजेस बताने के लिए हमारे पास जो टेस्ट है जो कार्डिक पैनल के अंदर वो बहुत ही ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाते हैं, बिकॉज बहुत सारी अगर हम कोलेस्ट्रॉल को लो करने के लिए या आपका एलडीएल को बैलेंस करने के लिए जो भी हम मेडिकेशन भी लेते हैं, क्योंकि बीपी की एक जो मेडिसिन है वो बहुत कॉमन है, जो भी ज्यादातर सेल्स में काम करते हैं वो आप देखा होगा आप सबने कि बहुत ज्यादा वो हैवी स्मोकर होते हैं और वो बीपी की मेडिसिन ले रहे होते हैं साथ में स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट।
So yeah, I just want to we are very fortunate also that we have Dr. KTR Satyaprakash from Hyderabad, and Dr. KTR once calls me at midnight at 12 and then says, look, I want to understand really about the sudden cardiac arrest because he lost his batchmate in the US for a sudden cardiac arrest. Dr. KTR Satyaprakash, you are there, so and if you can see the chat, he says it's 30 and 40 years between that people are dying. So Dr. Satyaprakash, what do you have to say about what's really happening with the cardiac arrest right now?
Yes, sir. Good evening, Stanji, and good evening, Dr. Usha ma'am and Rohit Shaji and all the participants. Actually, my batchmate is there, who is a renowned cardiologist. He's an electrophysiologist in US, Virginia Commonwealth University, and he does moderate exercises daily, and he has good lifestyle. But suddenly, like a celebrity who is there in Karnataka, Puneet Rajkumar, who has succumbed to death while doing exercises. The same I heard about my friend after 1 month. On December 18th, he has succumbed to death. That's the main thing. And I have been discussing with Stanji recently regarding this. And after this, many cases, I am into an emergency department. I am an emergency physician. Post MBBS, I done my master's in emergency medicine. Recently and long back also, many cases I have been seeing between 30 to 40 years only. Now you have been talking regarding 50 years and 60 years, but 30 to 40 years, many people are dying due to sudden cardiac arrest. So not only single parameter, but there are many parameters we have to look into this.
Absolutely.
Impact of alcohol, yes, sir. Impact of alcohol, impact of tobacco, and their lifestyles, their sleeping habits, and dietary changes. All these things come into role. All these things come into role. My
absolutely,
absolutely.
Dr.
Even a single parameter. If they don't drink alcohol, if they don't have the habituation of tobacco, and if they have good lifestyles, if they are deprivation of sleep, if they sleep only for 3 to 4 hours also, they may succumb to cardiac arrest, sudden cardiac arrest. This is the main thing to say. Even
absolutely. So I think, Dr. Satyaprakash, thank you so much. I would like to introduce Dr. Satyaprakash in the sum of the next webinar. He's got a very, very illustrious career in medicine, and he has probably, given vaccination to how many people, doctor? Dr. Satyaprakash, you are still there? Yeah, he just probably had muted himself. So he has done a lot of vaccination. He has done a lot of screening, and he's actually there in the emergency department where there are road accidents and everything. So you get a lot of critical cases. At the same time, you also have people like this, who have a sudden cardiac arrest, and then he's been treating them. And losing a friend who is a batchmate who is into 40s, well, of course, it's really shocking, and that's where the pain starts. ये क्यों हो रहा है? Because of the lifestyle. As a medical doctor, when he says कि आप बराबर sleep, सो नहीं रहे हैं, या आपका dietary pattern सही नहीं है, आपका smoking habits है, या alcoholism है, so everything in moderation is accepted. But the moment the balance goes off, ये हो जाता है. This is one major thing that we can really get it from this panel, and we will be having some interaction with Dr. KTR Satyaprakash from Hyderabad, Telangana in the subsequent webinars that we'll be conducting.
Sir, if you can quickly go back to the previous slide. In one line, I will answer Sangeeta's question. She's asking what is the cause with reference to genetics. In fact, when you look at all these profiles and when you have a report out of it, you understand whether you are having a risk to a cardiac arrest. Is it due to high levels of cholesterol? What other lipid? Your food with reference to MUFA and PUFA that you will intake? What is your hypertension risk? What has it got to do with your Dr. Satyaprakash said, yes, of course, sleep, but also your tobacco, nicotine intake. All these parameters together will give you an idea that what can be the cause. So just by looking at the profile or the parameters, we cannot tell you what is the exact cause. But when your report comes, you'll get an answer to it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is that, we actually have 210 phenotypes and we probably may not be able to cover everything. We'll keep the second segment in another webinar we will also having. But let me just run through. We also have organ health. Organ health बहुत important इसके लिए है क्योंकि आज एक sophisticated बीमारी आ चुकी है and that's called multiple organ failure. Now, fundamentally, organ of course definitely need to fail if there is a fundamental problem, and that it could be because of nutrition or our body is not supplied with enough of oxygen and so many other reasons. So we need to take care of our organs as well. So this tells you, this panel tells you that. And of course, CKD, the chronic kidney diseases. I just called somebody yesterday. He said, look, I'd gone to dialysis and I do that every 2 days. Now, this is not something that you will come across very rarely. Her city may you will see a lot of people who are suffering from kidney related issues, and dialysis is something we'll go into detail in the next webinar. And next, of course, is inflammatory diseases. So inflammation is again a good thing to have, but if you have inflammation across your body, of course, that's not a good sign because it indicates what your problems really are at a deeper level or at a genetic level. उसके बाद में आता है neurological health. Do you think, Dr. Usha, neurological health is going to increase after the pandemic or going to decrease?
With the pandemic, with various topics that can be covered, we talk about atrocities on women, we talk about people staying confined within 4 walls, not able to go out, not able to mix up with their peer groups. Already, I have seen that it is on a great rise. In fact, the younger generation, the teenagers, the ones who have just finished their adolescence and got into adulthood, the age group of between I say right from 21 to 30, 35 are the most affected with depression or anxiety disorders.
And not to mention the loss of jobs and economic crisis that's there. The businesses are not doing well. So people tend to have these diseases. Now, of course, one of the things that we cannot stop doing is eating. हम लोग दिन में 2-3 बार, it's like a mobile recharge that happens every day. You'll have to recharge yourself every 3 hours, every 4 hours. And some of you are lucky enough, you recharge almost every hour. And of course, तो ये सब हम लोग क्यों हमारे addiction risk वगैरह क्यों कैसे आती है? What is the genetic aspect of it is something that we can understand here. And there are some gender specific risk for males and female separately. Then we have DNA damaging biological aging. हमने जो शुरुआत में जो वीडियो प्ले किया था, that actually told you very clearly कि mutation क्या होता है. Mutation in a very simple language is कि आपके DNA में spelling mistake हो जाती है. It's थोड़ी सी गड़बड़ हो जाती है. Sequence आगे पीछे हो जाता है. It can happen A because of genetics जो hereditary आपको आता है. B because of the environmental factors और जिसको हम लोग epigenetics में cover करते हैं. So in our CCNG course, which I'm going to do, which I'm going to talk right now, कि ये जो epigenetics कितना important है is something that we need to understand. And of course, then the drug response. Dolo 650 is something that people are eating like poppins today. Everybody is taking it without really knowing. Of course, it's a safe drug to take, but just imagine a lot of other things that people are taking. So without a proper prescription, with the peer-to-peer prescription, self-prescription लेते हैं. मेरे लिए last week बुखार आया था, तो I have taken something. Now I give it to my cousin brother who is in Delhi or Kolkata without really looking at what is his age, food habits, environmental factors. तो उसमें भी आती है diseases called the Edwards drug reaction, and it is now touted to be the #1 killer across the world. Not stress, it is Edwards drug reaction. तो आपको कौन सी दवा लेनी चाहिए और क्या आपको वो असर करती है नहीं है. So this is basically not a segment of nutrigenomics, but it is actually pharmacogenomics. कौन सी दवाई किस व्यक्ति के ऊपर कितना असर करती है, ये अगर पता करना है, you will have to actually understand your body properly and then understand कि हाँ ये drugs ही काम करते हैं. And you must have heard doctors asking कि आपको कोई दवा की एलर्जी वगैरह नहीं है before prescribing that, precisely to understand that you are not allergic to some of the medications. So this is what we understand here. Then of course there's a big segment, और इसके ऊपर मेरी testimony भी मैं आपको दे सकता था, but we are running out of time. I need another 2-3 minutes to show you a video of what we are going to do in the month of February. So this is your fitness. You heard in the previous testimony जो video play किया था, so the customer is saying that thanks for suggesting the right exercise that suit me. You know, if you can't be a Usain Bolt if you want to be a marathon runner. या अगर आप sprinter हैं, so you cannot actually do jogging and expect कि मेरा weight loss हो जाएगा and then I'll be healthy. So you know, there are customization जो मैंने कहा था, personalization जो है, that can be determined from this test of fitness. So there are 27 tests, and according to me, if you listen to Amir Khan, जो दंगल की उन्होंने मूवी मतलब बॉडी बनाई थी, तब वो अपना टेस्टिमनी देते हैं, वो ये कहते हैं कि it's the right diet which is 70%, and it's the exercise, that's the other segment, which is 30%. तो 70-30 का रेशियो में अगर हम लोग अच्छा बैलेंस बनाए रखेंगे, तो we will have wonderful testimony, wonderful fitness that we can experience. And good fitness helps us to do a lot of things. बहुत स्फूर्ति से हम लोग कर सकते हैं, चुस्ती नहीं होगी, and then we'll be able to accomplish a lot. And of course circadian rhythm, कब क्या करना है ये हमको पता होना चाहिए. 9:30 is the time probably for you to have dinner, so we're going to wind up much before that. And of course immunology genomics. The last panel is immunology. अब आज immunity के बारे में कौन नहीं जानता है? Everybody understands. So this is exactly the 210 phenotypes. So we'll have a little more detailed discussion later. But friends, what I want to tell you today is that I sent a broadcast today to a lot of people because there was a vacancy in one of the companies where they want a nutrigenomic counselor to balance people, to counsel people. And ye counseling करने के लिए, they also said we want people who have done a 2 months online course in nutrigenomics by Welocity. Vignet stands for Welocity Institute of Genomics, Nutrition and Entrepreneurship. So I want you to listen to this video, watch this video. It's a small video. Okay, so all over India में बहुत सारे Welocity genetics के certified nutrigenomic counselors already हैं, and we need more of them, and our vision is to train as many people as certified nutrigenomics counselors and consultants. तो इसमें क्या benefits हैं? You will be able to get a lot of information that's going to be very, very handy and useful to you yourself. This also is a course that you can share the benefits of it with your family members. तो आपको काफी सारे इसमें से tips मिलेंगे. I was just speaking to Kalpana ma'am, and she's saying that यार इतना deep में मुझे study करने के लिए मिला, and she's now easily able to sell and refer Welocity genetics programs to a lot of people. So this is the benefits. You can actually become a genomic wellness entrepreneur. इससे भी आप अपना career बना सकते हैं. And of course, you are contributing to the nation building. आज हम लोगों ने budget pass किया है. And if you see, there's a huge amount of budget that's allocated for health sector, for clean water, for sanitation, for hygiene, and so many other projects. Why? Because public health has to be better. We are a small company, but with a big vision, and we probably can contribute in our own ways to the nation building and make India a superpower. So if you have not visited our website, please visit. Dr. Usha, I want you to type called mywignet.com, and there you can find that there is a registration for CCNG course. And if you are invited by some of your friends here, just please speak to them. We have our vice presidents, we have our business heads, and we have an area manager. Just speak to them. They will help you how to register for CCNG course. CCNG stands for Certificate Course in Nutrigenomics that starts in the second week or third week of February, and the registration close on 10th of February. The cost of the course at MRP is 7,990, which includes 18% GST as well. इसके बारे में हमारी YouTube में videos भी है, उसको भी आप देख सकते हैं. So with this, we come to the end of this webinar. We are 9:23. Dr. Usha, your final remarks.
Well, friends, thank you so much. I'm sure all of you enjoyed today's session. I always like to say that every session is different. So don't miss another learning experience. You never know what that one line would help you understand something better, like a breakthrough, and help change your life and change somebody else's too. And if you want the same excitement like me, then first get your genetic test done. Just because I am saying it, nothing else. And when you receive your reports, you can be very thankful and say, God bless Dr. Usha and Team Velocity for helping us understand ourselves better and helping take care of our health. Apni sehat, apni muthi mein. That is precisely what your genetic report will help you do. And when you start helping people, you will have the kind of testimonials that I have and many more to share in future. So look forward to all of you every single webinar that we announce, and do join our mission, our vision of reaching more than 1 crore people across India very soon. Thank you so much for a lovely patient hearing.
Yeah, before we wind up, I just want to tell all our business heads and area managers that you're training on a lot of other sales and training, sales and marketing and other things would start from this week. So wait for the information. You'll get a broadcast message, and you will be able to get training programs for business heads separately and area managers separately. And this is going to start from this week. So stay tuned, and you have a great evening. Goodbye and good night.
Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.